Hey guys, welcome to 9.9 Comics, the top 5. I am Kyle, here to deliver to you our top 5 comics, or top 5 pick of comics for New Comic Book Day for the date of August 28th, 2019. Our number 5 pick for this week is SpiderMan Velocity, number 1 out of Marvel Comics. The first all-original story set in the Gamerverse starts here. Dennis Hopeless Hallam continues the saga of the spectacular Spider-Man with an all-new story set in the Gamerverse. How and why did Peter Parker build the armored Velocity suit seen in the Marvel Spider-Man video game? Find out here. After the events of City at War, Spider-Man continues to balance his colliding worlds as he attempts to protect New York City against supervillains like Swarm, while reporter Mary Jane Watson delves deep into an investigation with legendary Daily Bugle journalist Ben Urich. Learn the never-before-told backstory behind the popular Velocity suit as unexplainable occurrences bedevil the city, and our heroes come face-to-face with a poltergeist, I guess? So Spider-Man Velocity makes our top 5 pick for this week, primarily and basically only because that it is coming off of City of War, which was very well accepted by Marvel readers, and so it's in our best interest to keep an eye on Spider-Man Velocity for that reason. Coming in at number 4 this week, we have Mountainhead, number 1 out of IDW Publishing. Abraham Stubbs and his father, Noah, roam America in a nomadic existence, convinced they are being pursued by sinister government forces. Noah has them living off the grid, burgling houses to survive. Elsewhere, on Mount Rector, the lone survivor of a climbing expedition staggers homeward, covered in blood. Both are on an inevitable collision course with the picturesque Canadian resort town of Bryrac. I don't know how to pronounce that, it's a weird word. From writer John Leese from Sync and artist Ryan Lee from Archer and Armstrong. Features colors from Doug Garbark and letters from Sean Lee. So this one made our number 4 pick this week because A, it is getting a Stegman 1 in 10 that looks really good. In fact, I'll have it up here right now. But not only that, but it is an interesting storyline, especially for a new number 1 and especially out of IDW. IDW puts out some really good stuff. But the biggest part about this comic is this one is flying pretty low under the radar, so orders aren't going to be that heavy. It's not really expected to sell out, which means the number of 1 in 10 Stegmans shipped to actual comic book stores will be low. Therefore, the comic itself will be very rare, and it'll have a higher return on investment if you're trying to sell it online or anything like that, or if you want to hold on to it a little bit. But either way, you really want to focus on that Stegman. Coming at number 3, we have Marvel Comics 1000, you guys, coming out of course, Marvel Comics. Written art and cover art by various artists and other talent. The greatest talent ever assembled for one story. This is the big one. In celebration of Marvel's 80th anniversary, we have gathered together the greatest array of talent ever to be assembled between the covers of a single comic book. Names from the past, present, and future. Every page is filled with all new work from this cavalcade of comic book luminaries. There is a mystery that threads throughout the Marvel Universe. One that has its origins in Marvel Comics number 1, and which unites a desperate array of heroes and villains throughout the decades. What is the Eternity Mask, and who is responsible for the conspiracy to keep it hidden? And what new player will make their startling debut as these secrets are peeled away? So Marvel Comics 1000 is basically just it's the 80th anniversary, so it is an anniversary issue. This is also going to be a Diamond Gem of the Month. Expected. It's a pretty big deal. They don't tell you who's going to be drawing and who's going to be doing the writer or the inking or any of that stuff on what I see here in my information. But you can expect, with it being the 80th anniversary and it being the Marvel Comics 1000, that there should be some big names in there. Also, this comic is going to be pretty beefy, you guys. It's going to be 96 pages of comics. And it's justifying its cover price, which is it's at like $9.99, I believe. But it's 96 pages, which is a trade paperback, and a trade paperback usually costs about $10 if you're not buying a really nice one that's like $50. But on top of that, I mean, it's Marvel fan service. The Marvel guys are going to want to buy it, and they're going to sell out. Our number 2 pick for today, you guys, is kind of it's a no-brainer, but we're not going to make it a no-brainer for obvious reasons. Absolute Carnage, Miles Morales, number 1, because we're always bringing up Carnage, and we always will because it is one of the biggest comic books in comic books right now. So we expect it on the top 5 a lot. Absolute Carnage, Miles Morales, number 1, out of course, Marvel Comics. Target, Scorpion. It's business as usual for Miles Morales as he finds himself squaring off with Matt Gargan, aka the Scorpion. Scorpion. But as a cult of Carnage's bloodthirsty acolytes swarms New York, Miles will learn that the hard way that Scorpion has a history with Venom and that other symbiotes of the Marvel Universe. If he can survive this issue, that is. So, I mean, it's a little ominous to say that. But I doubt they're going to kill him off. Don't. There's no way they're killing Miles Morales. But about this, Absolute Carnage is, like I said, one of the biggest comics in comics right now, so you can expect it to sell off first day it's released. It's not out of print right now as of filming, but expect it to go out of print once this is released. Also, I mean, not only do we have Carnage, but it's also Miles Morales. This book sells itself with especially riding the back of Into the Spider-Verse. Miles Morales is a hot topic. Carnage is a hot topic. It's hard to go wrong with this comic. Apparently, Batman Superman number 1. This is a big deal, you guys, out of DC Comics, apparently. Written by Joshua Williamson and art and cover art by David Marquez. Up in the sky, in the dark of night, trust no one. Fear the secret six walking among us. Spinning out of the devastating events of The Batman Who Laughs, Superman and Batman are together once more in an all-new monthly series, and they're facing a terrifying new threat that could strike from anywhere. The Dark Knight and the Man of Steel must journey into the depths of Gotham City to learn which of their fellow heroes have been transformed into the horrifying horsemen of their most dangerous and deranged foe ever. Our heroes will need to fight to survive, but an even more dangerous question lurks in the shadows. Can Superman and Batman even trust each other? And if history has told us anything, that's probably going to be a big no. Injustice. But this is going to be a really big deal, especially for DC Comics and all of comics. It's going to be awesome. Just as big that The Batman Who Laughs was, which that blew up out of nowhere. I had a guy in a gas station who's like 60 years old. I was wearing my Batman Who Laughs shirt. He's like, Batman Who Laughs, nice. I'm like, all right, man. But this one is a Diamond Gem of the Month, which is a good thing. And also we'll have connecting covers that look very good. I will have them up on the screen right here. This will pick up where Batman Who Laughs left off, which is a hugely successful series. And so, with that said, expect first appearances of new dark characters, not unlike the Batman Who Laughs himself, and groundbreaking events that will raise the collectability of possibly this issue and any issue that follows it. And there's also a huge reveal in the previews of this I will be having scrolling up on the screen if you haven't already saw it, or it'll be up in a second if not. But Billy Batson is revealed to be one of the Robin Who Laughs. So that's, don't take my word for it, but that could be hinting to the Shazam Who Laughs. And if so, expect it to be a first appearance, but don't hold me to that, especially for this comic, the one that's coming out now. But it is a strong possibility, and if it doesn't happen, I would almost question reality itself. Going into the honorable mentions, we are going to start off with Marvel Comics, and they have presented to us Absolute Carnage, Lethal Protectors #1, Fantastic Four, Yancey Street #1, House of X #3, Immortal Hulk Director's Cut #2, Marvel Monsters #1, Power Pack Grow Up #1, Spider-Man Life Story #6 of 6, that will be the end of that story apparently, Thanos #5, and then Venom #17. which is going to be a tie-in to Donny Cates' Absolute Carnage. Then moving into DC, we have a Black Label title being released, Batman Curse of the White Knight #2, and then Batgirl #38, specifically for that Joshua Middleton variant. Going into Dark Horse, we have Manor Black #2. Then out of Titan Comics, we have Knights Temporal #2. Then moving into Vault Comics, we have Maul #1, which is a diamond featured item. And then finishing it off, we have Battle Cats Volume 2 #4 coming out of Mad Cave Studios. Thank you for sticking with us this episode, and we are nearing 400 subscribers. We thank you guys for sticking with us throughout the years and liking and subscribing and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. I wouldn't be doing it if you guys weren't watching it. So with that said, please return next week, and I guess we'll have 5 more comics for you. That's what we do.